got to 13 News Now, I was a morning reporter in Nashville, Tennessee, working for WTVF, the CBS affiliate there. I was there for a couple of years when WVEC called, and never had Norfolk on the map, but I'm sure glad it's on my map now. My wife and I have never looked back from coming here. Before Nashville, I was in Chattanooga, Tennessee, working as an anchor reporter there. I was there for 3 years, and that's actually where I met my wife. We were both news reporters at that station. Our desks were right next to each other, and the rest is history between us. We moved here as boyfriend, girlfriend, but proceeded to get engaged in Hampton Roads, married, and now we have a little boy. The stories of now, I love that brand slogan, and to me, it's really never been more important to be in touch with your own community, to know what's happening with your elected officials, to know what's happening with your police department, with your city council, with your school board, what's happening in your schools. And that's what we're here to help you connect with those issues, to talk to the people who are most affected, to put voices to the facts, to go through the facts and verify them with a fine-tooth comb so you don't have to. Some of these stories will take around 6 hours if you're presenting it for the evening newscast. Some of these other stories that you mentioned, it does take weeks. It takes months sometimes. I traveled 4 hours round trip to Rodanthe to tell a story about homes collapsing in the ocean and what is happening with sea level rise in our very backyard. It's an important story. And it ends up being about 120 seconds when it hits air. And then we'll present that together as a bundle in the evening newscast. And that's the stories from now.
Janet and Nicole are so highly regarded for their work, and for good reason. And it is now an honor to sit alongside them at that desk, to not only work in tandem with them to tell these stories, but also to learn from them. They are highly regarded within this newsroom. They are highly regarded within the competition in this market, and also with our viewers. And it's because of the work they've done over these years and the stories they've told. And I get to be a part of that. How lucky am I?
Everything I do now, I look through the lens of a father. And, we have decided to make this area our home. We have decided to raise a family here, raise a little boy in this community. And so every story I do now, it's about, how can we make this place the best possible place to raise our son, to raise who we love more than anything in this world. I think if you ask me that question in a couple of years, it'll be looking at stories differently from a perspective of, perhaps schools and school-related stories. I'm not built like a runner, but I'm a pretty big runner. I love the Hampton Roads scenery, and I love running outdoors. I can't stand treadmill running, but I will run 20 to 30 miles a week in the great Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Hampton Roads region. I've competed in a half Ironman before, raising money for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Association. I've done half marathons in this area, and my goal is to get a PR in a half marathon next year. But I gotta work on this dad bod first.